So we have a runway to see these teams put their best Counter-Strike foot forward. And on the CT side, fortunately for FaZe, in back-to-back maps, they get to defend their honor here on Ancient. Now, ropz tucked in towards the back of the sight box on A. Util teams over the wall. The 1xBet odds are favoring FaZe. And a lot of teams have been doing these A plays, but not always committing with the bomb.
ropz back here. Backup is coming in, though, pretty quickly, in fact. Even Twist with the Molotov. I wonder if that's going to be able to slow them down. ropz standing in the flames for a second, but not taking that much damage, really. And the bomb is already on the site. They're putting it down, and I think FaZe might have heard it, but that Molotov that was thrown out by Twist, it doesn't stop anything. So this is great for the T-side. They're loving it at the moment. Bomb planted, and look at nafany. He's all the way in middle while all of this is happening. If he gets one good flanking kill right here, it might be C9 to win the pistol round on the second map. karrigan, he's already knocked out. Burst fire from interz. Oh, they're walking into the blender right now, FaZe. This is a bit of a disaster, really. nafany, he's only now showing up. He was only needed for that one kill, but I think just the confidence they had in knowing they had them completely locked down. Twist trying to get some exit frags here, but he can't win the round any longer. It's beautiful, though, making a lot of work out of it. But ultimately, it's C9 to win the pistol.
Yeah, good cash money, but that's about it. And that trifecta of doom in the post plan, they had A main, temple, and the big box just waiting to spring the trap. They didn't over-peak the mark, similar to the scenes they had on their T-side pistol of Inferno, where Shiro took the long fight, thought, hey, I don't need to take this, let the fight come to me. And the biggest issue is when the bomb's already been down and the site's been given up. What were we, 10 seconds into that plant, and they were unable to disrupt the post-plant positions of Cloud9. They were comfy, right? That's when you sit and you go do your theory, and you're like, boys, if we get in, this is exactly where we want to sit. And that was perfectly executed there by Cloud9. Oh, Famas is back in the mix here. Twists with one, and ropz with an MP9, some deagles to boot, as back towards A. And you can understand why this is getting a lot more playtime now, especially with the not-so-recent changes, but ropz need to do damage, and the first stalls out, the second is even better. They're getting owned right now. ropz has tripled up, and the bomb's being dropped.
That is so much output from one MP9. Not even in a really odd position, just a common position inside of the bomb site. Shiro trying to battle his way back in a 1 versus 5. He's got all the time in the world. That's about the only thing we really say. He's about to get shot at the back as well. Any second now. Rain going to be showing up from this position, so you have to assume that Shiro will have a real tough time at it here. Doesn't have the bomb either. It's somewhere back there. All right, one more kill, but puts him down to 12. Yeah, doesn't seem like there's ever going to be a way out here. Wow, this second round by for FaZe has worked out so well.
Yeah, all onto ropz there, and a pretty common position. Just the output with that MP9 was wild. They're not clamping down on this position, but he can't get out. He will have to fight on either side. I think ropz might even grab the 4th kill of the round here. So a defensive smoke deployed. Now they can consider the big box scoop, but karrigan still covering off towards the back of the temple position. We'll get the frag, and the Galils will be scooped up here. So one for karrigan, one for ropz, and that is a very tidy way to kick things off for FaZe.
I have a question, Chad, for the way that FaZe like to play the CT side of this particular map. We know that karrigan and Rain have that really crazy aggressive style where karrigan playing, you know, down that ramp on the B-bomb side, and Rain will be playing all the way up in the Jaguar tunnel. Sometimes they switch around even, but either way, they tend to push forward, and they do have a lot of nades to back it up. But if you throw those nades for those aggressive pushes early on against the Cloud9 that plays slow, is that going to backfire on them? Are they going to be forced to play a little bit differently?
I think it depends on how much mid control they're able to grab as well. Eventually, right, if the Ts do wait all the util and they have retake util, then yeah, sure, it is going to flush them back just like that. But if you have full mid control, just come on now. There we go. It's much harder, I think. And that's where we saw, I was just watching the previous game with Mouse and the different approaches that the teams were having for control and whatnot. And it's one of these keys where if you're going for that aggression, you almost want to make sure that you're winning a fight or two early, right? You want to do some damage, because if they just sit back and it's a 5-on-5 and they hold on to all their util, sure, you can stay in those aggressive positions, but they're going to have retake utility of their own. So against the Cloud9, the question is going to be, are they able to retake that space? Because if FaZe want to hold on to it, you can understand why. There's such powerful angles that you can hold. There's really good traps that you can spring.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to be playing out. By the way, Twist pushed into that corner while flashed and sort of half in a smoke. And that's about probably the most stressed you'll ever see Twist be. And even then, he was like, oh, wait a minute. I've got my aim back. It's all good. I'm still getting a double.
Yeah,
like, a little bit
away for plenty of time.
And then he's like, oh, I'm back. Don't worry about it.
And that's the Force by Wars 1 out in round 3. So I guess we can look at this early approach, right? Brokey up and over on the ledge immediately. Nice little movement, but the double incendiary play that you see here, deep and close. teams are also starting to chop and change it a bit here, where they throw the close one and then an even closer one, where they throw it at the door, because you love to try and scoot out on T-side aggression, but this will just be a sit and wait moment. This is the type of round that needs a name, right? Because you're milking the seat. Oh, that's the bomb. Well, I think this one's going to be over pretty quickly, Anders. karrigan with 35 bullets in the Galil gets most of it done. Actually, it was rain. It was mainly rain.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He usually does out there. I feel like I think it's one of the funniest things to see when I watch FaZe play this map is how often Rain is aggressive and very sim. I'm sure there are slight variations of it. There definitely are slight variations in how he does this, but you kind of know a lot of rounds he is going to be running out like that, even when you have rifles, and it still works. You know, it's just so crazy to see, because you'd think normally if something has become very predictable, then it's it's much easier to shut down, but doesn't always seem to be the case. Yeah, what a stray. We're just talking about how slow they are, but Cloud9 already on the B bomb side. This is an interesting change of pace. ropz gonna get caught as well, even if they kind of knew what was coming. And karrigan, that would have been a beautiful kill to catch. Maybe he still can with the grenade, but no, it bounces the wrong way. So a 4-on-3 now that Twist gets knocked out and a bomb plant. Great stuff.
Look at this quick rotation though. ropz pushed straight towards team A to the start of things. He's already gonna make the way around behind, so he's very quick on this as karrigan continuing to make some noise over towards cave. Is it going to buy enough space, enough time? Shiro awares of this, and it's an off angle, the low HP, and oh, well, ropz is already gesturing to me that this one's a save.
Yeah, locking them in, saying it's probably not worth it. Yeah, and if you can get all of them to blow up, then at the very minimum, that'd make them really uncomfortable for the upcoming round. Hobbit down, karrigan just holding it. Oh, but they found maybe an exit there. Trying to see if they could run towards Rain on the other side too. That might get a little bit scary. Axile gonna blow up with the bomb. Yeah, it does have a little bit of distance to it there. nafany gonna at least live. So they'll live in a couple of people, but even more importantly, that rush works. And that's something that FaZe just were not ready for.
No, not at all. You could see Brokey there just caught with util in his hand because he was trying to set up that cave push. And it was a different look in that round. They had sent Rain and ropz over towards the A main position very early within that round, so completely caught off guard. They weren't expecting that. A great early call out of nafany and co. Brokey, however, will get himself the AWP here. Mid smoke. Hobbit's always a bit of a nuisance here around middle.
Oh. Very, very committed.
Maybe too committed.
At 20 health, I'd say so. That's probably a little bit uncomfortable. There's Rain again. Flashed in by karrigan. He could have had that one too, but aim just a little bit off. And interz will take him down with the Galil. Twist is there in the return. Hobbit down and out. And Axile, that earlier brush with the Molotov. Not so much a brush. Drenching himself in the Molotov.
Yeah, I feel is going to come back to cost them here.
Could, really well could. 3-on-3 with about a minute left. They have mid control, so they can rotate around almost wherever they want.
And that is a key. I think if you have mid control and B lane, the map becomes your oyster at that point, right? You can rotate between the sites quite easily. If you can even press them back out of this early stage 1 of cave here as well, where Shiro's starting to investigate, have even more wiggle room because it's just karrigan on the side. He's dropped that smoke. He's going to plume right in front of Shiro, and guess what? He's going to brave straight through it. karrigan, when he looks back, is going to get a rude shock. Actually, he might not even look back. Shiro on the side of the head, and save?
I don't know. ropz's shown up, and he way overcommits that fight. Both karrigan and ropz getting caught off guard by Shiro's aggression, just kept walking forward and kept catching them at the right time. That's really impressive.
All right, all go down. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I think Shiro heard us talking trash after map number 1. He's looking great right now and doesn't even want the AWP, so he's happy just to operate with the AK. He had it wasn't a quiet game, was it? I guess it just wasn't a massive Shiro carry. What did he end up on?
I don't think it was that impressive on him.
17 kills. He didn't know, he was struggling for a while there, but still ended up on 17. He was the 3rd highest fragger, but nothing crazy. He's looking great now.
I think it was just also maybe the way that he played it very, very passively. Not like this, where walking through the smokes, beating the timings. Oh, FaZe are in a little bit of trouble here. This is exciting because we obviously want to see a 3rd map, and the way that this is unfolding, we could. If they're going to keep up this kind of pressure, FaZe are going to be running out of money really, really soon.
Yeah, well, you know they FaZe love a buy. Let's see if ropz can triple up again here, Anders.
M4 in hand. Could be the one at the very least. Smoke up to buy a little bit of space. He knows that they're going to swing wide for him. That's a pretty decent nade on top. But at least they got that opening. They're fighting down in the middle. If they can find interz, they can kind of box in the rest of the C9 team. So that would be really cool if they could do it. And the bomb is still not planted. Slow down here, C9. So I wonder if they're going to come for interz. He's the only one that's defending T-spawn while all of this is happening. And making some footsteps running away. Oh, they're going to catch him while he's throwing the smoke. Oh. This should work, but he's going to take one of them down.
Necessary smoke to throw, though. They needed that. They needed the buffer right now. Fighting through the smoke is karrigan giving one back. 3-on-3. Still a chance for Cloud9 here. It hasn't looked great, but they've established control, and Shiro's push is everything.
Yeah, no one's ready for it. Once again, running the whole way. Shiro, he's finding all the timings. Twist will take him down, but he's on his own. And finally, after a really long delay, there's going to be a bomb plant.
Just felt like a tug of war, right? Trying to pull each other back and forth in that whole scenario. The blindsiding, the fact interz gets a kill while throwing a smoke just after has put so much pressure on Twist, who have a kit to work with right now. Time is his biggest enemy, and they're playing the bomb. This is perfect work from Cloud9 here to secure the fourth. I think Twist is just going to have to try and find an escape route now. Walking into the domain of Hobbit. Spots the back, gets a tag, but that's going to be it. Twist is screwed. So really well done from Cloud9. This is the A site. This is the dynamic I like with it, how the pros are using it now, because it went so underutilized. I remember the early days where Hamper said, just go B. That was his approach on the map of Ancient. But now teams are using this A site. Now, I know it was an A finish there, but when you put so much pressure on the site, if you can get out to big box or pressure temple, there's always going to be a massive rotation. And that opens up the complete other side of the map here. Now, this was the full commit, the stand, the fight, and that kill right there was huge. If interz doesn't get that, I don't think they win the round.
Oh, then they get double sandwiched in. Yeah, probably doesn't work out the same way. Single AK from Twist. 1 round lead from Cloud9. A bit of pressure in the middle again from Hobbit. At least sticking around, realizing there are not that many nades in here. So if they didn't know about the economy already, which they probably do, but they can guess from the amount of nades that are missing in there. Rain trying to get the timing down right. Tiny bit of damage onto nafany, but ultimately pressure is being put on over here. They've got so much time, C9. I don't think they're really worried, but yeah, why not get the map control when you can?
Ooh. Okay. Risky indeed. Maybe karrigan likes the CZ.
Yeah, that's his thing.
He wants to make it the trademark right now.
He also bought the AUG early. Maybe he's just, you know, has a soft spot in his heart for some of the less favored guns.
Sim by a auto shotgun in the next round there. We'll get everything here this evening. Now, the bomb is still down towards T-spawn. There's a lot of room to work with, but ropz is starting to clear out A main during all of this. Brokey rotating over now. It's the AK of Twist, which is in the wrong place currently. Smokes are coming over. The fight will be towards B.
And CSET 75 has got a lot of work to do. Trying to get it reloaded once again. I don't know. They're all grouped up in the corner. I don't even blame karrigan. Yeah, he wants to run out. Try and see if he can escape. Don't want to be stuck on top of each other. No more luck with the deagle for Rain either. Twist, though. 1 versus 2. I mean, he still has no defuse kit, but he's a little bit closer this time and has a little bit more time. It's possible that you can find the kill here. You could turn it into a 1 versus 1 and then maybe save the round. I don't think C9 know where he's coming from either. Sneaking on in. He maybe had a chance there. A little bit slow on the trigger, and Axel will bring him down. So 5-3 lead.
Cloud9 looking very, very sharp, right? A lot of these shots, especially from Shiro and Axel here, have been great. And I know that FaZe haven't had a full buy round in the last few. It's been forces or saved weapons left over that's meant they haven't been as potent with their utility. But this is very well handled here. Axel was glued to that position where Rain was no matter what, right? They knew karrigan had popped out of that hole. They're expecting another player. And a great little turnaround there. We do have some Cloud9 fans in the camps at home. ESL.gg/fancamp if you want to join all the fun. We're back underway here, and finally the buys are back out. nafany slowed. And Pepper down here to 57. They're going to flash Rain forward. They've done it a couple times. Oh, of course they will, but he's past nafany, and nafany will punish. That's a great opening. This is looking very good for Cloud9.
Yeah, he was definitely on the other side of that flashbang. That was great. karrigan goes down next. So this aggressive duo that otherwise I feel like is kind of a... That is really what I think about when I think about FaZe on Ancient, is Rain and karrigan being an absolute force over on that B side of the map, but it's just not working right now.
I have to reel it in or bring a third man over, and that means they'll be weakening the defense of mid or the A site. But right now, constantly chasing their tail are FaZe, and ooh, Twist may have spotted something just there. He seems very aware, does get one back. Bombs loose now. 1 on 2 for Twist again. 3 consecutive rounds. Is he going to win one?
He's got a shot at it. I feel like I'd put money on it. Yeah, I feel like with Twist, he's got 11-5 right now. He seems to be playing really, really well. And for once, he's got even time before the bomb is planted where you can go and maybe look for them. Searching around Donut at the moment. Last smoke being used there from C9 as well, so a little bit awkward. They're going to be putting down the bomb in safety behind the boxes. And Twist sneaking in, but can't defeat interz. Triple kill for him instead. And another 1 versus 2 that doesn't work out for Twist.
One detail, Cloud9, again, have always looked very ready on those type of peaks, and it makes sense to see FaZe now going into a timeout. Boys, how are we going to adjust this? What's going wrong? Where is this all falling apart? Brokey with only 1 kill might be part of the problem here, but it's just been 5 consecutive rounds now. Cloud9 could have even more on the board if they didn't lose the 4 spy, which was facilitated by ropz's triple kill in the second round of play. So this is going great for Cloud9 here. This map is still growing on us, right? In the early days, it was very CT biased, but I think in some of the more recent outings on it, it's seeing a lot more T rounds being brought into the mix. And that comes when the teams have a better understanding, right? In the early days, it was, okay, let's all just fight mid and fight B lane. It was a full press from both teams. You run in as a car crash. Oh, this is over. Oh, the choke points, they're so tight. And then eventually, people start spending some time. They do some classic Anders theory crafting, and they come up with some good ideas. And we're seeing a few of those really paying off now for Cloud9.
You know, you mentioned something earlier. I think in one of these rounds they had Brokey sort of run boosted up to run to middle or even into towards those B hallways outside of B. I feel like if you did that with Rain still doing the same aggression, you'd have a really cool sort of double swing where it's both Brokey and Rain. And especially if it's Brokey that you're seeing first, right? Because you're taking a fight that's at quite a long range, and then suddenly there's someone a little bit closer, and you know karrigan's going to be down the ramp behind you.
For sure. I think if you want to do something along those lines, you should probably start 3B and 2 mid, right? That way you fortify mid, and you can have enough utility, because you're going to need to molly towards the lane doors, as well as maybe Polly's pocket, and get that utility out there to at least force them into the open. Otherwise, they'll just sit and wait, and then they might be able to clamp down on you. So it's only a partial investment here from FaZe, and I think some of the issues of maybe why they don't want to do that and they keep sending such aggression towards A is the early conditioning from C9. In the first few rounds, it was A, right? They were wanting to attack that side of the map, really see if they could hemorrhage it and force out stacks like this, because now other areas of the map are a bit more susceptible.
I'm back to a much slower style. nafany's been pushed up a little bit aggressively. They can find him, then they can. Rain, nice headshot. That actually is really cool, but can't pick up the gun, unfortunately, and it has such a gravity, the idea of picking up that weapon, that even karrigan comes in for it, and he'll also go down.
Oh, Brokey making some lazy steps there. Axel might get all of them here. It's just ropz. Drop him, and ropz, are you going to go for a 1-on-3? There's been clutch attempts available in the last, 4 consecutive rounds now, so let's go again, shall we? Axel spun us into the next end as they can buy. So let's will ropz into this. We believe, ropz. We believe.
Oh man, he's just. But even by the time the bomb is down, he's so far away. It feels like without a kit. With the kit, maybe yeah. They're out looking on that side. They have Molotovs as well. There's no way. I hate to say it.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. I wanted to see it too, but...
This is why we want Fnatic and Envious in 2015 just buying Tech 9s every round. Then you get a lot of clutches. You get a lot of crazy counter. Hi, ropz. I tagged the bomb. I can't win. Don't worry, guys. It's all good, but you know where I am now, and I might even lose the AK-47 out of all this.
Yeah, he will. Well, one way or another. Took one player with him. I don't know. But like you pointed out, obviously the logic behind even going for any of this is that they can buy in this next round. Otherwise, he would have definitely saved the AK. 7-3. What is happening, Chad?
He's getting owned, I think, is the dictionary definition of what's happening right now. So this is a bit more reminiscent of what happened against Outsiders, I do believe. So FaZe, Ancient, it's a hole, and I guess we're seeing exactly why Cloud9 picked it here.
Yeah, this pick is coming through in a big way. Remember Brokey at the start? He had like 3 deaths, I think 18 or 20 rounds in or something. He's 1-8 right now, so catching all the deaths and none of the kills.
It's going to be a 5-map losing streak on Ancient here if FaZe aren't careful.
Look at that run up the ramp to knock out Brokey. Shiro ready as well to take down karrigan. Wow, I think they found the confidence now as well at Cloud9, because they're playing like a team that has it. ropz with a pretty good little tap there to bring down Shiro, but still a 1 versus 2. Oh, he's trying and he's nearly successful. That would have been magnificent, but interz will still take him down. It's nearly a 1 versus 3. And again, another clutch attempt from the side of FaZe.
Yeah, it feels too little too late by the time the round's getting to that point. And C9 again playing a little bit more of FaZe style of CS with how fast and biffy and in your face that was here. But the half at this point has been confirmed. It's a great little fight from Twist, sure, but they're just waltz on up. Thank you very much. See you later, Brokey. And the continued pressure here, just taking the fights down the long lanes. That's where the C9 players will do their absolute best work. And the AWP on the T side hasn't been a function. It's really just been the rifles. So they are getting an awful lot done here. Rain, well, that's heard. They know you're across for sure. And nafany just so mobile. You said confidence. It's spilling out of C9 right now. FaZe had to work in map 1. They had to work real hard. That was a very difficult game. This is not.
It was close all the way through for FaZe, no doubt. Could have just as well been C9 winning Inferno if a couple of things had gone differently. karrigan trying to continue that deagle, but Axal is there to interrupt all of it. Twist now alone on the bomb site with a FAMAS. 2 versus 3. Could be another clutch attempt here if it doesn't work out well. A little bit of a nice peek, and actually that's the bomb. That's interesting. ropz will take down Shiro, and now it's a 1 versus 1. Maybe the best chance that FaZe have had in the last 5 rounds to try and do anything with here. nafany going to go straight for the bomb plant. Not worried about that. Smoke is fading at the perfect time, and it's still C9 to pick it up. He's on 9 health at the end.
Oh, that would fire me right up past nafany. They get close, but no. They're going to ward them away, push them right back. A nice little finish there from nafany, copping the dink. What a spread of rounds. It's been 8 consecutive now.
I get a feeling right now that this must be one of those games of FaZe where suddenly you look at the score and you think, what? How much? Like, how's it got so quick? It's just gone by like that, snap, and they're behind 6 rounds. This first half has just flown right by.
Yeah,
and it's Cloud9 we're talking about.
Look, if this is, as I said, oh, okay, ropz, hold up. Let's see. You got a little bit of life left in you. If ropz just gets multi-kills towards A main, I could see them winning rounds. That seems to be the recipe for success. ropz, stop them on your own, please. But if FaZe continue to have Ancient as a big hole in the map pool, could be 5 losses in a row on this map, I think. That's not going to look good going into the RMRs, going into the major, where they're going to be attempting to defend their title.
Maybe missed shot there from Brokey. Definitely having a bit of a rough time. Really just ropz and Twist that are doing all of the work at the moment for the FaZe side. 1 player on 100 health there on interz and just 9 on Shiro. So probably interz gonna have to try and do most of this fight. You can see how far back on the map Shiro is on the other side with the bomb. Still a minute on the clock, more or less. And Twist is happy to hang around here. Just wants the map control.
That's a very hard clear as well for interz. There's so much to worry about. We'll have to worry about donut, left and right sides. Top mid is always going to be a problem. They're going to circumvent that position completely. Shiro's actually taking the bomb all the way back. I'm already thinking they're considering the save here, Anders.
Yeah, they could be. They have some money on at least a couple of players. interz creeping in and taking down karrigan. And now look at this. The bomb is actually making its way to the other bomb site. And I don't think they can run it back right now. So this is all in a giant fake. interz saying, just come fight me over here. But it looks like they're not quite buying it. ropz is close enough by, and all he has to do is walk out. Oh, this is brilliant. That is such a good read. I'm actually really impressed. I thought for sure FaZe would have bought that.
Yeah, ropz fortunate there. He was worried about that gap in through spawn. Catches the timing, denies the plant, and grabs the 4th round. So salvaging the half is the best FaZe can offer here. They still have a very good opportunity to grab the final 2, and that might have helped them out with the confidence right there to win some of those early fights. But again, it was ropz early over towards A, winning 2 big kills. Here it is again. Look at the timing on the clock. They tried a different pace change. And there's ropz with the final 1. So the bookends into round number 13. But round number 14, there's still enough money for Cloud9 here.
What if, Chad, what if they're the first team ever to actually be saving strats for the major? Could that be?
FaZe? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't they want the Intel Grand Slam though, Anders?
Yeah,
they want $1 million?
That is true.
I like $1 million.
That's a lot of risk. Oh, MP9 for karrigan. Quick switching into that AWP. He's got 1 health left, and He's stuck in there. He just can't make an escape. Hobbit's coming from karrigan. That is so much output. 3 kills for him. And finally, another round. FaZe at least finding 5. See if they can get 6 if they can win this next one. Not that much money left on the T side.
Okay, well, yeah, that stretch of 8 consecutively has now been broken by 2 of FaZe's own. But they only got rounds early in this game. And that was when the money was still in a very rough position for Cloud9. So this T half, you have to give them a round of applause here. It's been fantastic work. Lots of contributions. Axile, interz, Shiro, nafany. The Hobbit here only has 3 kills, but it's not like he's had to do a lot. If I was going into the halftime break with a 9-6 scoreline on Ancient, my map choice, I'd be very content.
Yeah, that is a sign that a lot of the reason why you picked this map has been justified already. ropz, board over on this side, wants to go for a fight, and that's really awkward. Committed enough that he couldn't really fall back, but also not really finding an easy kill with anyone out of the open, and he goes down.
Oof, and the timing as well. I think Rain must have spotted something. You can see that little dip back, quick change over the rifle, calls karrigan over. They're going to fortify that position, but now it needs to be a gamble stack. You have to hope that karrigan can either call you into an aggressive maneuver or pick correctly. Flashing forward, looking for the fight, and Hobbit with a Tech 9. Could have just kept spamming away for a kill or 2 there. karrigan on the hot pursuit, trying to find interz tucked around a tight corner. We'll spam him ever so lightly, so confirms he's still there. It's a minute on the clock right now, and C9 could still go between both bomb sites.
They could, but it looks like they might try and commit it a little bit earlier. The smoke's going to slow them down, perhaps, so maybe that'll make them just pump the brakes. karrigan still doing magnificent work. He's caught up a lot in the last couple of rounds. Broky's still at the 1 kill, which is really interesting. Especially for Brokey, right? It's can be a monster. Maybe that explosive playstyle coming back to haunt him. Rain will at least confirm the bomb, and these two have 28 points of health combined. It looks like they're going to get 6. Yeah, maybe they will. FaZe, that's got to be a nice little bit of redemption towards the end. karrigan finding a triple and a quad at the end, up to 13 kills. That's the first half done. 9-6 in favor of C9. It is looking good for them. We'll see if they can end it coming up after the second half. It's going to be exciting to see where it goes.
Hey Future Pros! Taking mid as a T can open so many options while playing Ancient. Throwing mid smokes from spawn is quick, but also means you could be locked out if the CT's utility is on point. So these mid smokes I'll show you will be great for a slightly delayed mid take. For this mini execute you'll need 2 Future Pros, 2 smokes, and possibly a molly to be safe. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the top mid smoke. To throw the smoke, position yourself so this wall meets the edge of this highlighted brick while crouched. Aim just below this dark spot on the edge of the shadow. Then jump throw the smoke. Not too hard, right? Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the donut, Lara, cube, whatever you want to call it, smoke. To throw this, stand against the wall in the middle of this window frame. Find this gap in the trees and aim just to the left of the center of the opening. Then simply throw the smoke. Just like that, mid doorway and donut will be blocked. A note for these nades, it helps greatly if you have a fellow T somewhat holding the B lane so you can't be peeked from the ledge area. Also, if you don't have early info on the cutout position, lob a basic molly in there as a sneaky CT could really ruin your day.
The vibe in the team is always having fun and it's good vibes, but also feel a little intensity. We want to win this Grand Slam 4 games away. So yeah, good vibes, but also very focused, which I haven't seen before.
FaZe might need to channel a little bit of that focus as they do string 3 consecutive rounds together on the tail end of their defensive half here on Ancient. Cloud9's pick a fantastic streak of 8 consecutive to put them up to a 9-round advantage. Let's see how they're going to now lock things down with their defense. Cloud9 want to take this to a 3rd. They want to have the same result as had over there in Dallas, which was oh so long ago back in June, but they've upset FaZe in a knockout position before. Let's see if they can do it again. Joined by Anders here, and we get into the pistol round. FaZe looking like they want to quicken towards B.
Yeah, they need some momentum for these good vibes to return, otherwise it's not going to work out at all for them. Rain trying to hunt somebody down through the smoke. He gets tagged, but not really that much. And they're already on the B-bomb side, looking for a quick bomb plant here in the second half. Interz right next to the smoke. Rain, that's his teammate, but there is another player in there. They're going to find him as well. Oh man, hide and seek with a lot on the line. Dooley's coming through the smoke to take down Twist, and Brokey, he had 1 kill in the entire first half. And let's see if he could do a little bit more here. Not really doing enough damage. karrigan will get the shot, and Axel forgetting about Brokey and saying, you know, I'm going to have to try and help my team out here. And he does, getting a kill on 1, running into the bomb site, and ropz in the corner, able to take him down. FaZe winning the pistol, and they absolutely had to.
ropz has been the linchpin in a lot of this here, whether it's been opening rounds or closing them out. Another round here where he was the safety net. Tuck in ropz, just hide, get this final kill. That's all you have to do. But Brokey, they put a lid on him. They put him in a little bottle and thrown him out to sea here in Malta because we're not seeing any of the Brokey that we know and love right now. Cloud9 are, of course, going to attempt a force buy back. A FAMAS, a scout. That's the highlight of the purchase with some pistols around it. FaZe, if they can secure this and the follow-up, they're going to tie things up 9-9 here. Slower approach from them. Nothing too crazy out the gate. Just sit back, wait, see if there's any aggression, but it is Cloud9 after all. It's strange how many of these round downs. The bomb's in the site, the bomb's gone down, and we haven't even seen a kill come through. Like, same situation there. It wasn't as crazy as the first half pistol, where the retake was FaZe crawling into a site with so many little trap cards.
I mean, it also feels like the B-bomb side of this map is one of those bomb sites where there's a real good chance you can get a spam kill through smoke. So you're so much more liable to just hang back and try that. And then maybe, you know, 4 on 5, 5 versus 3, you go for the retake. Rain smoked out. Wanted to probably go for that one.
That's very curious to see so many bodies attempting to come through cave. Right, similar scenes as if you were to do an apartments pop on an anti-eco on Inferno, right? It's one of the narrowest choke points, one of the scariest choke points where there's so many different crossfires available. So a lot of smokes dotted over that B bomb site now with starting to fade. There's 1 left with a bunch of flashes and Molotovs in the mix, but there's 3 players responding to this, and the 4th not too far away of Shiro. Flash is coming over, karrigan blind, and will go down to nafany. So that's an opener here for C9.
Interesting stuff. This could crumble now. nafany going to be taking down Twist. Oh, Brokey, he just can't find anything. interz chiming in, and Rain trying to spray them down in the site, but it won't work. Shiro with the scout will put an end to the shenanigans. And Cloud9, they steal that round away. Oh, they're looking so good right now to claim this map.
Massive, massive round from nafany there. Yeah, similar scenes to what ropz did with an MP9 over towards the A site in the second round of this game. So both teams will split pistols and then split second rounds. nafany just kept delivering. This 5-7, and this is why I was questioning, you know, karrigan with the CZ. The 5-7 can do this. It just keeps pumping out damage. And ropz desperate here with the spam. And a force buy back. The force buy wars are on.
Yeah, mid-control. Easy for C9 to get. Bomb all the way back in T-spawn. I can't remember who said this way back at the dawn of time, but some pro at some point in time made the point that if you're having a game like the one Brokey's having here, then you need to find some other way to become relevant to the team, right? You need to, maybe you come up with good ideas, maybe you try and, you know, you try and play maybe a little bit more of a baity role for your teammates, or you can be the one who suddenly, maybe you have to try and change it up a little bit, because right now he's not hitting any of the shots, right? So he needs to have some kind of another impact. Hopefully that'll happen here. Or maybe sometimes you just wait for that one round where you can get, you know, the only double kill you needed to win a round, you know, the one clutch or something like that.
Sure.
But man, it's tough to be like this.
It is quite a blemish on the record. Fortunately for him, Hobbit's also pretty slow on the pace here, only 5 kills.
True.
And Brokey does have 4 assists next to his name, but you'd love to start finding those conversions. So looking very tidy for C9 now after dealing with this initial mid-aggression. And this is another factor. karrigan had to start making some Hail Mary plays over towards B at the tail end of that first half to get them action. Rain in 2 back-to-back max now has not necessarily been able to crack open in the traditional sense. So those things have to change. It's still early stages of this T half now for FaZe, but it can run away from them quickly. C9 1 kill away from being up to 11. And Rain will be dropped as he gets blindsided by nafany. So this will be the economical, everybody's least favorite round, but at least we've gone to the days of the double ecos. And you know what I guess is unfortunate for Brokey here? He can't just disconnect and have his score come back in and reset to 0-0. Remember back in the day, you having a real stinker, you'd just be like, oh, I have to restart, and then you come back and be 0-0 and it would all be good.
We don't have the stars either, do we, for planting the bomb? And like, you know, like, I don't have any kills, but I have a lot of stars.
Yeah, I preferred the kills.
I mean,
they can keep their stars.
Yeah, but it's just a way to get something, right?
There's a reason to plant the bomb back in the day, and now there isn't.
No.
But you want me to punch the digits in and be the most susceptible to dying? Yeah. Come on now, I need a payoff. Valve, give us something.
I feel like they do need that back. That was, you know, you had like that little thing we could feel good about. It's like, I'm not bad, I'm a team player, you know?
Yeah, it inflated the scoreboard an awful lot, but made you an objective player.
Nice. 19th round. Yeah, they're chilling out, waiting a little bit, and having a good time. You mentioned the Powerball earlier. What would you do, Chad, if you won?
Depends on how much, because modern day, I would, look, I'm not greedy, but I need enough for the rest of my life. I'm only 33. I think I've probably got at least 20 years left. So
that's you're saying about low, but that's okay. Let's just say it is ridiculous, some ridiculous amount, 100 million or something.
100 million? See, 100 million, I'd be fine. 100 million would be plenty.
I hope so.
I think I could live off 100 million.
You just said you're not greedy, but also 100 million is just maybe enough for you to live the rest of your life.
Look, I would want to set up. I'd want to set up everybody close to me in my life, right? I would also want to put on Chad Virtual Run Counter-Strike event.
Henry and Alex are going to be doing, all right.
My parents might get a little bit as well.
Okay.
But yeah, Henry and Alex will be doing fine. But yeah, I don't know what I'd put on a CS event because that's my life, unfortunately. I couldn't think of anything. I'd buy a house and a CS event.
Merge them together, perhaps.
Oh, so do what Summit does.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. All right,
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Someone rig the Powerball then, and we'll put on a Counter-Strike event for everybody to watch.
Well, now we know. I like that idea. I could see that working out actually very well. I think you might hate it, having a lot of people over your house event. But for everyone else, it'd be great. Here we go, in the middle, karrigan. He's so close to finding someone, but instead, he's going to be found. Oh, I think that was maybe 1 or 2 pixels. He was so close to Axel stepping forward, and karrigan probably would have seen him and shot him right in the back. Because the power of that play is the speed at which you get there, and man, he was just off by a second. It's just not their map, is it?
No, I don't think so at all here. That's not how you want the first gun round to kick off. And it was the same conversation that we were having at this point in the first half with C9, but they course corrected at this point. They were able to go on an 8-round run, whereas Rain, ropz, and Brokey need to pull off a 3v5 situation right now just to make this one possible.
Yeah, Rain needs a miracle. That's not quite it. I mean, it's a kill, but you need to have some health left to still fight with. 2 versus 4 in this one. Cloud9 looking to get 13 rounds, which they will right then and there. Axel, he's got 24 and 10, and we've only played 20 rounds in the game. He's crazy.
Yeah, plans with Counter-Strike now, and in case you missed it, Mirage, everybody at home, will be the 3rd and deciding map if and maybe when we get there, because it's getting very close. This was the little boo-boo from karrigan, unawares that there was a player just hiding in below him, and well, Hobbit between the smokes as well, so making things extremely difficult here. Going to be a partial investment for FaZe into round 21. I also want to shout out interz. Not only is he delivering in the server, I don't know if everybody saw his Instagram story the other day. He's pretty jacked, little interz.
I didn't see that.
Got a 6-pack.
I've missed out. Oh, so many people to look up in the meantime. Oh, that's awkward. Why do you do it, Chad?
I jinxed him. Sorry, everybody. I didn't realize we were this powerful.
It's always gotta be careful, you know. The karrigan's happy though. They're gonna get the bomb plant. Grenade on the ropz. Molotov on top, and he just got it out. Oh, nice return.
Second kill.
Boom, done. ropz are back in the game after a real long siesta.
Let's see if the floodgates open now. Smoke off towards this cave position. Rain looking up and over the top. If they boost, he can get a kill. They're gonna need to fight this. They can defuse the bomb. This kid's in play here, and nafany might just stick it.
Yeah, he surely will. Ooh, line up for it. Can he get it? No, he's still defusing it. I don't think they realize karrigan is furious and is stabbing nafany, but it's not gonna make a difference. 14-7. I think there was so much chaos and there were so many people around there. I don't think they knew someone was defusing, but they just had no idea if that was one of the people that had come off the defuse running out of the smoke.
So here's the kill from ropz. Yeah, okay, he didn't even see Axel, but you bang on. In this situation as well, you don't have any sight control, and as soon as you push up that ramp, or if you're stuck in cave, they're extremely small choke points. karrigan's made an awful lot of cash money there and even retains that M4, but it's only 2 rounds away from the map being converted. So maybe that wave from the Cloud9 fans is goodbye to FaZe here on Ancient.
That's very polite.
Yeah, it could have given the bird to them. So the wave is, yeah, it's a bit more royal.
I feel like, but we're still only in the second map. Maybe the sentiments will change once we get to the third one on Mirage.
That's too easy for interz, isn't it? Same type of maneuvers Rain would be going for. But, you know, he's half HP, gets away with it. Another number advantage here for Cloud9 to kick off the round, and then this is when they can play their textbook Counter-Strike. Let's relinquish control, let's drop back, let's play the numbers, let's play for info. Let's secure 15, shall we, lads? Because Inferno is close. We're going to feel a bit hard done by there, but at least we brought a fight. FaZe have not.
They really haven't. But Cloud9 making a bit of a... I think there are a lot of teams these days that are in competition to try and be... I don't know if they're going to be the, the number ones necessarily. It's hard to say these days who is going to be the number ones any one given map, but wow, yeah, Hobbit finding that one and even being allowed to retreat. But there are a lot of teams that are pretty good on Ancient, I would say. Cloud9 certainly making a case for themselves at the moment. Hobbit, crab walk, retreating spray to get a double kill.
Yeah, sold nafany out for it, but Hobbit may as well. He's in the game now, 12 kills. Just a few rounds ago, I said he was on 5, so it's the CT side where he's starting to do his best work. But this one is over very, very quickly. Ladies and gents, FaZe will be able to buy. karrigan can even drop some guns. Remember, he got that knife kill, so lots of cash available here. ropz into a Galil, everybody else with AK-47s. And if FaZe want to come back, it will have to be 8 consecutive rounds. They've only managed 1 here on this T side. The attack has manifested the pistol. That is it. Their longest spree of rounds has been 4. So not a lot of hope here. It's about to be 5 consecutive losses. Shiro steps in, gets a leg shot, and gets away. Oh dear.
Shiro, yeah.
How desperate it is.
It is very... it feels like... You don't really want to say this about a team like FaZe, but it really feels like that now it's on autopilot.
I had to do it the other day when they were playing Complexity on Overpass.
True.
They were just getting bodied. Like, it didn't even feel close. You heard ropz, they're talking about the communication. There was no reaction after they gave up the opening pick. They're just getting schooled right now on Ancient.
Cloud9 sailing through this second map, no issues at all. With Groove behind them. And if they're sailing, does that make them a Groove Armada?
Oh,
it's obscure music reference.
Oh, I do like that.
People at home.
And he has an official clipboard. So you know that Groove's really calling all the shots. When it's a branded Cloud9 clipboard, I don't think that's going to be available in the shop. I'll have to ask Jack, I suppose.
If it is, it won't be with the notes in, for sure. But yeah. Not bad. They're stepping up their game. nafany getting a little bit restless. Turns it into a 4-on-4.
And gives brokey his 3rd kill. So, look, it's obviously too late for brokey to get into this game now. He would have to just go nuclear at this juncture. There's a way back in. Traction into the side. Twists and ward them away. Rain's found another here, so it shouldn't be too long for this world. If he steps back too far, he will go down to Rain. And he's actually being supported now by brokey. So this round is looking like it should be the 8th. Axel 2 removed from the piece, and there's plenty of money left over right now for the buy. It's only nafany at the low end at 1.5. He can get a gun dropped across. This is one of those games I like to brand as like a matter of time.
Yeah. I truly, these are, at this point in the game, I feel like these can be the worst games to be casting if FaZe start to make a comeback, because you can't really hype it up at 15-8. You know, you'll be like, ooh, they're making it back. But truth is, at some point, if they ever get to 15-15, right, there's got to be a point where you decide to change your mind and say, wait a minute, they are making a comeback.
Yeah, like double digits is where it seems possible. It's only 2 rounds away, but I think it's just the nature and how commanding of a lead that Cloud9 have. It means that at this point, FaZe have to play a perfect game. And it's not that they can't play a perfect game. If there's any teams in the world, it's going to be FaZe and then nafany, and I'm sure Cloud9's pretty high up on that list as well to make these type of comebacks possible. So it's not that, you know, that we don't think they can get into it. It's just that a lot of things have to be remedied here. Brokey getting involved in the game. A little bit more conviction on these opening kills as opposed to giving them up time and time again. And let's see if it can change now. I don't want to upset the FaZe fanboys, Anders. I know they are quite aggressive.
Yeah, they have some passion behind them. Exile. That's not a good way to start here for FaZe. Rain going down for the smoke. Couldn't even see anything. Brokey hoping for someone to back up a little bit further just into his crosshair, but he's not getting that at the moment, and now he'll have to back out himself. Molotov will push him back. Mid control still for Exile and Hobbit.
Wow, in the previous, there was an overstep that gave a kill back in for FaZe to start to capitalize on. I don't expect that to happen again here, and they really want to tunnel in through this cave position. You see the difference in the setup as well. FaZe on the CT side, we're trying more heavy mid or A main stuff. This is quite heavy B, and Brokey, he's not going to catch the timing on this, so the AWP swinging out into this fight. He might get one, probably not going to get both, and now the call's being given over. There's the first. It's the other kill, definitely so, and wanting to take the fight, stepping out. Brokey will get both. All right, I'll eat my words. But it's still a 2v3.
Yeah, with Brokey very low on health, ropz is going to have to do a lot of the work. Now, he has been playing a really cool game here, so it's not impossible that he could do it. They still have about 30 seconds, but the problem is they're already getting flanked. Look at this maneuver here from Shiro. Takes his time, goes to clear out the middle, just to be sure that they're not getting tricked into something weird. Hobbit's also calling it out, saying, no, it's definitely not a trick. They are trying to plant here, and they won't even be allowed to. Nice pick off of the bomb, and that delays it even further. ropz now about to get shot at the back, and I don't think he even realizes he has no reason to check this at the moment. 10 seconds, tries to fake it again, but already Shiro is there. It's 16-8 as Cloud9 force the third map.
That is a commanding victory right here, and that is going to put some question marks into map number 3. Sure, Inferno is close, but this is an absolute blowout, and we can see exactly why C9 picked this map. What a performance. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, super impressive. That's gonna should bring some life back into the team, surely. Mirage, I think, will be an interesting battleground. It is a third and final map. It's going to be decided on there, not before we get the desk in, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back.